Hello and welcome back to the channel for continuing coverage of the Vallow Daybell case. There isn't a lot of real news to report today, but a couple things are going on that I wanted to bring to you, including all of the research links so you could dig into these things much deeper if you have a mind to. When we talked about Lori's visit to the police department when she says that Charles stole her purse out of her car, and we watched that interview, I said that it seemed to me like the police officers were trying to tell her, hey lady, come on, you can leave right now, come on. Like they're really trying to urge her to leave before they have to hold her for the psychiatric evaluation. Annie Cushing, who is Joseph Ryan's sister and Tylee Ryan's aunt, has started to really dig into this. She's put together some amazing coverage of this one interview with Lori, Melanie Gibb, and Tylee at the police department. I'm going to put links down below to the original interviews that were put on YouTube by East Idaho News. All right, and I've linked them in other videos, so this shouldn't be the first time that we've talked about them. So you can watch them for yourselves, and you can listen very carefully to what the police officers say to Lori. Now, there's also going to be links for a bunch of other stuff. First, Annie Cushing. If you're not following her on Twitter, you probably should be, because she has some amazing deep dives into the people and the players involved in this case, and her own thoughts and theories about what happened. So there's a link to her Twitter. I will also put it in the description below. She has a website that she has been working on diligently, and it's referred to as the dashboard. Pretty much anything you want to find out about this case is going to be there. There will be a link to that in the description as well. As you can see here, one thing that she's been working on is making transcripts of these interviews between Lori and the police department, everything that was said, and she's counted 9 instances where the police have sort of tried to urge Lori to leave the police station before Charles gets there with the order, because then they'll have to hold her. That's a big problem. That shows a level of negligence at worst, or at looking the other way at best, that allowed all of this to unfold. At least that's my opinion on that. Now, in the interview that I'm going to link first in the description, if you go to the 20-minute and 18-second mark, you're going to hear something else interesting. Melanie Gibb is talking to the police about when she went over to Lori's house that night after she got a text from Lori's phone that turned out to be Charles using Lori's phone to get Melanie over there. Okay, and she's trying to say what happened on the way. She says that she pulled over at some point and she saw no one other than her great police friend, Jason Mow, sitting there on the road right where she had happened to pull over. And we're supposed to believe that that's just a happy coincidence? I don't think so. So that's something to take note of. For a little information on Jason Mow, he's not somebody I've covered a lot for a whole lot of reasons. But here you go. First thing, his website, thewarchapters.com. All right, buddy. Here's a YouTube video that he made promoting his book. All right, so you can watch that if you really feel the need to. But if you want to hear one of his full podcast episodes where he's talking with Melanie Gibb and others, Denise Rainey had uploaded that onto her YouTube channel, and you can hear it in its entirety. And the link to that is in the iCard up above, as well as the description below. Look into Jason Mow, a very interesting character that we haven't heard enough about. Check out all of Annie Cushing's documents. Follow her on Twitter. She's also involved in the Facebook group, True Crime Underground. It's a private group, but you can apply to join there. That's a fantastic source of information. Now, one other thing I wanted to bring up today. East Idaho News had an article the other day saying that additional testing was being done on JJ and Tylee's remains to officially get cause of death and all of the forensics that they will need going forward in this case. As such, there has been no autopsy report released yet. Now, law enforcement may have a preliminary report, family members may have heard some preliminary information, but no official autopsy report has been released. There is no official statement in public by the coroner yet. So anyone who's telling you that the autopsy reports confirm certain things that are going around, it is not true. All right, they may be true and we may find out later, but as of this minute, June 27th, that information has not been released publicly. So please bear that in mind when you're listening to some of the coverage that we've seen the last few days of this case. All right, and the link to that article is also in the description below. So that's it. That's all I really have for you today. Nothing has really happened in the news. We're still waiting information. I'm keeping my eye on everything I can find. So if anything important happens, I will bring it to you immediately. Also, I do have a new Patreon video that went up today. So if you're on my Patreon channel, please check that out. and I will talk to you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Bye for now.